Hey guys, it's Adrian here again today, and with Butcher Bayou. Today, what I'm going to be showing you how to do is I have some deer meat that I mixed with 20% pork. It's 80% deer, harvested last year, just vacuum packed, kept in the freezer. We're mixed a little bit of pork in it for some grease. What we're going to be making today is meatball sliders with this deer meat. What we'll be using is an egg, some red gravy, our favorite red gravy, Tony Mandina's red gravy. It's a local place here in Gretna, Louisiana. They make it and sell it. It's a restaurant. Really, really good. We have some pink Himalayan salt, some Italian seasoning, black pepper, and some breadcrumbs to kind of hold it. We'll just get a bowl out, and we'll just take us a helping of this meat. We have our deer meat right there, ready to go. You can see it better. And now I'll make a little well, and then from here I'll crack the egg, put that in there, and just mix that into the meat. Just get it nice and combined really well. Nice and sloppy. Like I said, we'll do some pink Himalayan salt so we get our good key nutrients and minerals. We'll put some black pepper. Like I said, only just a dash of that Italian. That's perfect. Now we'll top it with some Italian breadcrumbs. Just a little bit, just to make it stick. Get your hands in there now. You can really feel once you start mixing everything up together, you can really feel when it starts to kind of get gummy, because that's how you know it's going to hold. That egg that we put in earlier starts kind of working with those breadcrumbs, and everything starts to really kind of just hold together. It wants to just become one big glob of meat again. You can even see just in the bowl how much more firm and usable it is. It's almost like a meat kind of Play-Doh. Now from here, you take it from one big ball, put our bowl to the side. What we'll do is going to take about just perfect size, eatable size meatballs. And we'll just roll them. Just pull it off. You're going to roll it in your hand to almost about perfect roundness. And look, you can see I didn't even have them perfect. They're not even the same size. They don't have to be the same size every time. I'm just gonna wing it here. Just roll out all these meatballs. 12 meatballs. That's perfect. Works out good. Now I'm going to show you how to cook them. So we have our red gravy. We have our meatballs that we made, our 12 meatballs. Now let's make them in our skillet. First, we'll get this heat going. Fire going. We'll get that pan nice and hot. Try to get a little closer. That way we get a good view of what's going on. Now from here, what I'm going to do is we're going to grease our pan with some coconut oil. I'm just going to take maybe just like a half a scoop of that, half a tablespoon, pretty much. Close up our cooking oil. And let that go. Actually, you know what? I'll probably just put just a smidge more. Not even a whole bunch. Now, we'll just let that heat up. Kind of move that oil around the pan. Just grease up that pan really, really good. Now you want to make sure we don't burn the oil, so you don't want to let it get too hot before you put the meat in, because it'll scorch and it'll burn. Now I can see on the edges right here, it's starting to kind of fizz and everything, so we'll go ahead and we'll add in our meatballs. Put our 12 meatballs in there. There we go. Look, it makes it perfectly. Just like that. Cutting board. Now we don't want these to dry out too quick. So what we're going to do, we're going to put the top on. Top on those meatballs and let them hang out a little bit. We'll probably let it cook for about maybe 5 or 6 minutes, and then we'll rotate them around. We'll speed it up. Kind of just rotating the meatballs around, getting every end of the meat. That way it's fully cooked through and through. Now I went ahead and turned my heat down just a little bit so I don't burn the meatballs before they're ready. Now you got to remember, this is deer meat too, so we want to bring our meat to temperature slowly. We don't want to go too fast because it's going to burn the outside and make everything really, really tough. You almost want to do it like a low and slow kind of approach. Now, start just rotating. If you can see on this one that I turned right here, you can see the nice crispy edge that it's got now. So that means that it's already starting to fry. So we'll just flip all these meatballs around. And we get to a different end. Again, finish this off. Just gonna go ahead and put the top on. Let that kind of finish what it's doing. You heard that pop just now? That's the grease from the fat in that pork. Starting to really work with that coconut oil and cook everything. And once we're finished, once we put our red gravy, we're actually gonna let that cook. Build it up to like a simmer or like a slow boil, a little bubble, and then we'll top it with some mozzarella cheese. Let it real get ooey and gooey in the oven. Let's see what we got. I see a lot of steam coming from this pan right now. Let's see how we're looking now. Oh yeah. Now we're cooking with grease. And these babies up on that side. And get an even sear. Even sear in there. Now most times when you're cooking like a real gamey meat like deer, a lot of people though, the rule of thumb is to kind of bring it up to a 120 internal temperature. And usually we would use our meat thermometer to kind of regulate that and check it. But here, since we have that 20% of pork and fat mixed in there, we'll kind of just eyeball it on this one. You know, we're keeping our heat at a minimum. I'm actually gonna just lower it just a tad. And then we're keeping it covered. So any water or moisture that's coming out of the pan is going right back in from the lid. So we'll let that do its thing. couple more minutes, and then once we don't have to actually cook this to full completion in the skillet like this, because once we put the red gravy and we let that cook some more, it's gonna finish it off. So a lot of times if we actually cook it to where it's finished in the skillet and then we put the red gravy, it'll actually will tend to overcook a little bit once it starts to boil and then you finish it in the oven. So we'll kind of undercook just a slight tad, not too much. We're not trying to go raw. We're not trying to go like rare like you would a steak or something. But just a good medium. That way, by the time we're done all of our processes with this dish, it'll be at the perfect stage that it needs to for consumption. Yeah, it's looking good. And once again, guys, like I say with a lot of my videos, let me know some of the recipes that you like to do. Everyone's got their own family tradition kind of recipes, and you know, I'm always open to hear everything y'all like to do back home with y'all's own wild game meat. If it's something really off the wall, I really would like to try it here. Check it out. So we'll just flip the rest of these. Oh yeah, just like that. One more time, and then we're gonna put in this red gravy, and just really let it finish itself off. That meat is just looking good. Let me get a little close up so you can see how good it's coming out. As you can see, we got our nice crisp bark pieces where it's frying, and then the rest of the meat kind of turning an opaque kind of gray color as it's finishing off. You can see we got that nice crust. That's where all the flavor is at the bottom on that pan. Once we put some of that sauce in there and start using our spatula to pull it up, it's going to take our sauce to the next level. Now, go ahead and shake this sauce up nice and good. Arrange my meatballs. Now, I want to try to cover all my meatballs. And we put it down. Oh yeah. That looks good. Boy, that is a good looking dish right there, huh? Again, we'll kind of just toss the meatballs around. And do the thing. Cover it one last time. Really let that come to a simmer. Get nice and warm. It'll start bubbling. All right. Actually, we'll turn off our heat now. Give it one last stir. Move around some meatballs. And let's top our cheeses. Put cheese on there. Now remember, when you're putting this cheese topping, don't be too stingy, because some of it's going to actually melt into the sauce. You want to get a good cohesive layer of cheese that's going to be really sticky and really hold together. When you go to put it on the bread. Bam. talking about. Oh shit! So let's
son.
go ahead and take this meatball, pot, and we're actually gonna put it into this oven. We'll finish it off in the oven. Now, as you can see, I preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Now we'll wait. All right, guys, let's check it. Let's see how our meatballs are coming out. Ooh, that is hot. Let's get us a oven mitt. Sweet googly moogly, look at that. Oh shit, that is awesome. I'll follow it all the way around. And voila. Deer meatballs. From here, we're gonna toast some bread, throw it between some buns, and we're good to go. Once again, I appreciate y'all checking in. Go like, comment, share, and subscribe. Keep checking with me. I'm Adrian. This is Butcher Bayou. See y'all later, guys.